The pens. Hey, Effects Techno, how are you? Haven't seen you in an age. Oh. I was admiring your beautiful brown striped Schaefers on your post.
See if this is any better.
Hello.
Oh, this is working way better than YouTube.
What is working better than YouTube?
StreamYard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to watch your YouTube video, and YouTube kept it would play 5 seconds of video and then stop for a second or two.
Oh, I see.
It was doing that over and over again, and I don't know why.
Well, I don't know why either.
Pretty sure it's on YouTube's thing. Something's screwy going on, or my internet is just crappy today.
I am printing out images for this show that I'm putting together at the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And my colleagues in this little group that I belong in are being less forthcoming. So I'm just going to fill it with my artwork. If they don't want to be in it, I'll just fill it up with my own stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No, it's not as bad as that, but it's almost that bad. And so what's new with you?
Still doing the pin thing.
Yeah.
It's been hiding out. Yesterday was my birthday.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was having as most of a chilled out, relaxing birthday as I possibly could.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's fine.
And I'm way too close to 40 years old, so I really didn't even want to be reminded of it anyways. I appreciated everyone giving me happy birthday wishes and everything.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's just driving that point home that I'm getting old and nothing can stop the march of time.
Well, when you get to be my age, you can say the same thing. You can just say, I can't do anything about the march of time.
Yeah, I don't know, it's so weird. In some ways, it feels like yesterday I was 15 years old. And at the same time, the last 15 years of my life have just went by like...
Oh. Hello, Friedrich.
Oh, I should turn the comments on here. Hey, I did a little stream thing on Instagram the other day for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And Friedrich showed up and hung out with me for a few. Oh, I just was showing off the pins I had inked up.
Oh, good. Sorry I missed it.
Well, it was at like 9:30 at night or something on Sunday.
I would have been sound asleep at that point.
Pierre was probably nappy time by that point.
Away.
Sawing logs. Need to write someone a message back here real quick.
It's very good of you, Friedrich, to do that, to spread it out.
Friedrich spreading the joy.
Yes.
I sent you a text the other day, Friedrich, about that yellow pen that I had. And you were talking about wanting it real bad. And I mentioned that I would trade it to you for something if you really wanted it that bad. I like the pen, but I mean, I'm not attached to it that much. That funky yellow sailor pin that I got. Friedrich says I have to figure out what I want to trade for it or what you are after for it. Oh, I mean, you know me, I'm Schaefer Triumph nib man. I like vintage stuff. I like weird stuff. I like black pins. So take your pick.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Seems like
On
there's
one hand, I'm not too complicated, but on the other hand, I'm complicated as hell. Does that make any sense?
I threw away about 3,000 emails yesterday. My email was saying, "You're almost out of space." And I realized that just because I throw away what's in my inbox, it doesn't throw out what is in my outbox. So
right.
I discovered all sorts of things from my outbox, and that was.
Well, if you go through there and delete all the lewd photographs, Pierre, you might have some more room.
If I had lewd photographs in my emails, when my father was living, I would send him emails when I would have dinner at friends of ours that he knew, and I don't know why he and my mother seemed to think I was starving to death out here, but I would always send pictures of the multi-course dinner that we would get, and that was fun. So I realized I didn't need to have those pictures in my clogging it up. So, but anyway, things from 2015 to 2019, I felt I didn't really need to have in my clogging me up. So
well I've had a Google Gmail account since before you could even get Gmail.
Yeah.
I knew somebody that gave me an invitation code to it when it was still like a private beta test of it.
Yeah.
They got theirs from some friend they had that was a Google engineer.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how long ago that was, 2004 or something.
Uh-huh.
It's a long time ago. I have never deleted an email in my Gmail.
God.
I have every email I've ever gotten for, the better part of 20 years practically.
Okay.
Yeah. The
do
best
you
part
pay
is
for,
I still,
do you pay for extra storage, or don't you
No.
you have lewd photographs in your
Oh, yeah, I don't have lewd photographs in my email. Maybe that's the difference. I don't know.
Well,
I seen a thing that said the other day, it said I still had like 60 or 70% of my space left. And I'm like, how is that possible? I have not deleted an email for well over 15 years.
Well, because you don't do what I do. It's not just the lewd photographs that I.
Well, look who's in the freaking chat now. It's Schiavello.
It's not just the lewd photographs that I send. It's high resolution images that I draw for, and it's the fact that a client takes forever and a fucking goddamn day to make up their mind, and I have to show them 10 different versions. So, and I took things out of my inbox, and but I didn't realize that. I thought because they were parts of conversations, they would go, everything would be sucked out. But it turns out didn't include the old stuff that I sent. So anyway, hello, Schiavello. Look at this.
Hello, Parker.
His and his porta potties.
That's a beautiful rendition of porta potties. The artist really captured the essence of
it. Was, you can just smell the
sanitizer and piss aroma just blended together.
You can't get much better than that. No.
That's how you know you're really living. They sit out in the hot sun all day. Oh, yeah.
And they just ferment and bubble and churn. And there's another airplane wing.
Oh, Tasha's in the chat now, too. And we're getting all the old crew back together. We're getting the band back together, boys.
Yeah. On screen. Okay. I just sent to myself from my couch, all the way from my couch to me, I sent every picture I drew on my 4 iPads of my airplane travels. And
look what I got.
Oh,
my birthday present.
It's a new laptop, Air or something.
iPad.
It's an iPad. Okay.
One of those things.
Oh, with a keyboard.
Well, I bought the keyboard for it, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, good. Did that was a gift from yourself to yourself, or your mother to you, or
mother? See, it's a big, long, complicated story, but for like 4 years, my main computer was an iPad.
Okay.
And for like 90% of the stuff I did, it was awesome. Okay. It was small. It was easy to carry around the house. I could do whatever I needed to do on it. But there were certain occasions where I found myself requiring a little more computing horsepower.
Yeah.
Like if I was doing stuff with memory cards and things like that. But look who's Bartholomew's in chat now.
Bartholomew is here. My God,
I know that guy.
What the hell?
Yeah, anyways, I used an iPad forever and ever, and then I ended up getting rid of it, giving it to my brother or something, and I got a MacBook laptop, which that's been sweet, but this whole time I've been kind of like, I kind of miss my iPad, really. Like for just watching YouTube and stuff like that. Like you can't beat an iPad. So that was my birthday present. And you know me, how I like weird history stuff. This is what my brother got me.
Oh, wow. Good.
This book is so cool, and it's worth a crap load of money. This is like a really rare book about Chernobyl, and it's full of like super crazy photographs. It's like all kinds of photographs of the guys that clean that stuff up. Oh, man. It's heart-wrenching.
Oh, dear.
As for pens, I have all kinds of stuff. I don't know if did I show you guys this? It's a Parker 75 Vermeil.
Does it have the crosshatchy stuff on it or not?
Yeah, it's okay. Like the Sterling ones, but it's gold on top of Sterling.
I just could. It looks smoother. I thought it might have been the pewter. pewter one?
My brother found that for me at the flea market of all places.
Oh, good
Yeah,
brother.
that's the first and only pin that, you know, has been found in the wild. And it turned out to be a really cool pin. Oh, Parker says he's got that book. Yeah, that book is like worth a lot of money too. I got this the other day. It's a cool lever filler Sentinel.
Oh,
But I don't know. Like, I've got some of the vacuum filler ones like this now that are restored and working. And that picture that I put on Instagram of all the brown stripe pins laying next to each other.
yeah.
Rob Morrison commented on it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, one of those are lever fillers. Those are hard to come by." I was like, "Yeah, they kind of are." So I think I'm going to start trying to collect the lever filler.
The lever filler striped Triumph nibbed pens.
Any of them, lever filler Triumph nibs,
Okay.
striped or not. I like the striped ones a little more, but I got this thing, which is that you've seen this one before, but this is the one that I dropped and broke.
Oh, the one
Well,
that came from
it
me.
ain't broke no more.
Did that come from me?
No, I got this from a guy on Instagram that restored it,
Oh, okay.
and I broke the nib on it, and I'd sent it off and had the nib swapped on it. Because apparently getting the nibs out of these pins is
Not
quite
easy.
an
No.
ordeal.
It's evil.
Bartholomew says he has 84 copies of that book.
In every possible language that he
That's right, every language.
that he personally
He
translated.
translated himself. Oh, you guys are going to be real impressed now. Oh, yeah. Somebody gave this to me because I told them I didn't have one. And they're like, here. One of these Lamy Safari.
Were you telling the truth, or were you?
No, it was the truth. I have Lamy 2000s, but I never had a Lamy Safari.
I see.
So they gave me one.
Well, who is this person? I want to tell them what I don't have.
Super secret.
Oh, damn.
Super secret pen pal fountain pen friend.
I
have this that I've gotten recently. It's a silver striped Statesman. This one's a vacuum filler.
Yeah, those are quite lovely, I think.
I think I have this one and maybe one other one. There's the silver striped ones. I think I have more of the brown stripe Schaefer pins than just about any other. I think I have a couple other pins you guys haven't seen before. Frederick says the lever filler version Triumph, I think, are only roughly 3 years of production. Yeah, it's probably something like that. They didn't seem to make too many of them because most of them are vacuum fillers. Parker says he got the book at a Salvation Army store for a couple bucks in London a few years back. Well, if you go on eBay and look for that book, people are trying to sell it for like $300-400. Pierre, you have a new look going on.
Do I?
All of the hair on your head is of a uniform length now.
Well, I think that's always my look. It's either almost not there, or I don't trim it any time between I completely cut it off and the day before I do that. So
yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And my hair is my usual unkempt self.
But you've got so much of it to enjoy.
Here's something awesome.
Oh, another Triumph nib. Or
A
is
Persian blue, new old stock, or at least it was until I inked it. But this one's a one of the fat touchdown ones, and the nib on this pen is awesome. It is super duper fine. And finding Triumph nibs that have really super fine nibs like this, I don't know what this nib would have been graded at, because although it was like new old stock, it maybe had been dipped once or twice. It didn't have a sticker on it, so I don't know what the nib grade would have been, but it has to be at least in like an account nib or something.
uh-huh.
Yeah, the Corona haircut. That's exactly what I have. I just busted out the clippers like. Bzzz. Tired of having a mop on my head. If I ever need the cash, maybe the book will help you out one day. Well, did I show you guys this? I got this cool little Conway Stewart.
No.
It's a little dinky thing. It's a really pretty, like a burgundy reddish celluloid, and it's got a really kick-ass, kind of stubby medium nib on it. The little bit of softness. But I've only had like one other Conway Stewart, and it was kind of like a cheaper school pen, but it had a gold nib.
Yeah.
The nib on it was like super worn. It didn't write that great. But I traded one of my super secret pen pal friends for this.
Your super secret pen pal.
Yeah.
You have.
Oh. Here's something else I haven't showed you. Frederick got to see this on the Instagram stream, but this is an Aurora 98, sort of modern, sort of vintage. This pen is called the Historical Archives or whatever. Archivi Storici in Italian. If Russell was here, he'd know what I mean. Parker would know too, but yeah, it's got one of these like vintage semi-hooded Aurora nibs. That's supposedly a vintage nib that they found in the storeroom, and they built new pens out of some of the vintage parts.
Okay.
They're probably about, I don't know, 10 years old. I bought this pen used. I had it for like a week. I went to refill it, and it's got a cartridge filler in here. It takes Parker style cartridges, which is cool because the old Auroras took special proprietary Aurora cartridges you can't get no more.
Yeah.
This one just takes regular Parker stuff. Well, I went to unscrew the barrel to refill it one day. This threaded piece right here broke away from the rest of this.
No.
Yeah. So I thought, damn. I sent it off to this place to get repaired, and they charged like $35 to repair your pen. Well, apparently that's all you would be charged if it was covered under warranty.
Oh.
3 months later, I got a random bill for $125.
Oh my God. Okay.
You're like, hey, your pen's fixed. $125. I was like, oh man. So after buying this pen, which originally it was a pretty good deal, and then paying $125 to get it repaired afterwards, I basically paid full retail for it.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, I have my damn pen back. That's what matters. Oh, Frederick says you can use a platinum cartridge on the old-fashioned Aurora pens. Supposedly, the trick is, too, is I've heard those, you can get this little adapter piece that adapts platinum pens to international ink cartridges. And I read somewhere, because someone was asking me where to get cartridges for their Aurora Duo Cart pen. And I'd read on a forum somewhere to get one of those little adapters and then use a standard international converter cartridges, and that works good. but that's just hearsay. I don't know for sure. Marilyn says not too many idiots today.
There's all sorts of idiots.
Reminds me of Ren and Stimpy. You idiot. Sure, Pierre has no idea what I'm talking about.
I actually do know what
you do? Okay.
I actually do know that a little bit.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
I don't know that. But I know.
Marilyn hates standard international cartridges. I have even more pins, but none of these are mine.
Are they from your mysterious pen pal?
My super secret pen pal friend, yes.
Okay, I think we need to get the thumb screws out.
No. You can torture me on threat of death, and I will not divulge the information.
Okay. We'll just see about that.
I was like, oh, I've never tried a Pilot 823 before. Well, now I have. They're pretty cool. Greg. No, I was just talking to Greg earlier, but that's not my super secret pen pal friend.
Okay, we've got 6
Greg's
billion,
my buddy, though.
6 billion people more to go.
That's right. Frederick's getting warmer, but he's still pretty far away. I got a little Pilot Decimo, one of these. It's like a skinny version of the Vanishing Point.
Okay, and does it have a vanishing point?
Yeah, it's got the little clicky thing.
Okay, neat. I'm printing things for this show. I'm printing drawings I did of airplane travel.
I even got to play with one of these things. It's the Discount Vanishing Point. It's one of these, it's a platinum Kirados. But it's pretty cool because this one's clear and you can actually see the little mechanism in there. There's like a little trap door that comes open.
Yeah.
Little
garage door.
Yeah, a little doggy door flap. Oh, you guys will love this. This
hell is that?
Italics Churchman's Prescriptor. And any of you who watch SBRE Brown's videos will know what this pen is. This is one of his favorite pens.
You did have to say that, didn't you? You did have to say that. Okay.
But check this out. It was ordered with a custom right foot oblique or whatever. Do you see what they did?
I see that they took it to the paper cutter.
They just chopped the end of the nib off.
They chopped the end.
You're writing on the steel.
Well, I think
that's what SBRE Brown loves, apparently.
Well, I have a bunch of pens. I'll sell them.
Yeah.
if that's what he wants. I got a bunch.
I seen that and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Here's a cool pen. It's another Persian blue, and it has a tuckaway cap, but it's like the normal length. Like this barrel is like a normal length Statesman barrel, but it has the cap from like a tuckaway. I don't know if this is like a mismatch or if
probably a mismatch. I would guess, but
yeah,
it's something that is very easy to do when the caps are completely interchangeable. So
well, whatever it is, the plastic of the cap, because these Persian blue ones yellow a lot, the cap matches the barrel perfectly.
Good.
So if it is a Franken mismatch of parts, you know, it's a good match anyways. Boston Marriage. Is that what that's called?
I don't know what that means, but
All right, I got one more show and tell for you. Here's it's like a translucent green color. It's a platinum 3776 Century, which, hey, everybody's seen one of these. But this one has got this monster coarse nib.
yeah,
It's like, I don't know, double, triple broad or something.
yeah.
It writes like well over a millimeter in width. It's huge. You could paint a house with that pen. But anyways, that's my show and tell because I haven't seen you guys for a while, so I wanted to show you some of the new stuff.
Well, thank you.
Or at least the things I've been playing around with. Yeah, Laurel Green. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, the platinum coarse nibs are serious. I couldn't believe that. And I started writing with it. I was like, oh my gosh, this thing's huge. Oh, Marilyn's going back to work.
Bye, Marilyn.
Well, don't work too hard, Marilyn. I'm still confused on this Boston marriage thing. Is there something to this? Does Frederick need to let us in on a little secret or something?
I think he does because I live in Boston. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
That's true. You live there and you don't even know what a
I have
Boston marriage is.
no clue what a Boston marriage is.
I haven't really found much of a use for mine, but I write too small. Yeah, that's the thing. Like my handwriting is naturally, it's not super tiny, but it's on the smaller side. So yeah, writing with huge broad nibs like that, it's a little difficult for me. It's kind of fun though, but
Well, you never know when you have a house to paint.
exactly. Got a picket fence that needs a new, coat. Frederick says a Boston marriage was when two lesbian women lived together historically. I had no idea.
Is the word historically in the wrong spot? I think historically should be far earlier in the sentence.
That's how I wrote it.
Historically, quote, Boston marriage was when two lesbian women lived together.
Historically speaking.
Otherwise, it would be they couldn't just be two Boston lesbians. They had to be like Sacco and Vanzetti or something. Something historic had to have happened in their lesbianness.
Schiavello has added they usually were wealthy.
Well, probably. Otherwise, they would have been burned at the stake or something.
Yeah, right. They would have been driven out of town. For committing indecent acts or something of the sort. Ding!
Someone's beeping me.
I think that was me. I hear some weird noise in the background.
What?
Oh, I hear it's your printer. Okay.
My printer is making that noise.
Yeah, I was listening to it through my little laptop speakers. It sounded like weird music or something in the other room.
It's the throbbing of the boilers in the engine room downstairs.
Yeah.
keeping
The
me
locomotive chugging along the tracks.
keeping me moving forward here. That wasn't my ding, unless it was some other.
Nope, that was definitely me.
So, what was your Italian again? I can ask Russell what that meant.
RTV Storici. I can type it in the chat here. Oh, wait. I have to open up YouTube and then it'll start playing.
Arturisti, A-R-T.
Oh, ARCHIVI. And then Storici, like STORICI. Supposedly it means like historical archive or something.
Sounds.
It was a way around having a man whom usually was the breadwinner. I may be wrong.
Archive storage.
Archive storage.
So does it mean that this was made of parts that they found in the storeroom?
Yeah, that's what it supposedly was. They found some old vintage parts and
cobbled them together.
Yeah. Well, it does mean that, Mitch. I didn't know what the literal translation of it was. I just knew that people would call it in English the historical archives pin. I got something fun the other day. I got this little box.
It looks like it contains some sort of.
It's an electronic gizmo.
Low-fat milk or a.
No. It's a thing that you put like Polaroid film in, right? And they still make Polaroid film today.
Yeah.
But this one takes the Fuji film like Polaroids. And then you turn it on and you hook your cell phone to it and you can send photographs to it and it'll print them out on actual instant film Polaroids. So I've been having all kinds of fun playing with this thing because I got some of the packs of that film.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's basically like a Polaroid printer, but it's funny. This thing will actually make better pictures on Polaroid than if you were to use them in an actual Polaroid camera.
Well, yeah. My ex-boyfriend worked for Polaroid for a while as it was struggling above water. And they came out with this new camera that was just absolutely awful. It was supposed to be something that kids could take to the beach and it wouldn't get wet and it wouldn't
Oh my gosh, I think you're talking about that iZone thing.
And it was this ugly shape,
like kind of bulbous.
And you tried to hold on, it would slide out of your hands. And anyway, Mark brought it to friends of ours and was taking pictures of it. He said, well, this is being made by Polaroid, and they gave a bunch of these cameras to the people that work there to sort of as a test run to see what, how it works.
Just to play with them and test them.
And Jane said, I think Polaroid is just trying to figure out what kind of workers they have, because they would come back with the pictures of their kitty or their whatever it is that they were taking pictures of. So, but it was an awful, awful, awful camera because there was no way to hold on to it. It was like when I first got the
pictures it make, were they really kind of small?
They were the size of a Band-Aid.
Yeah, that was the iZone printer. I had one of those.
It was just a dumb idea.
Yeah, it was silly.
And
it didn't even make them that long. It was kind of a flop.
It was a dumb idea.
Right. Because I mean, like the normal Polaroid pictures, they were good enough, but they weren't great.
I mean, they looked like this. They were big.
Right.
Relatively square.
You make them like this big, and it's like squinting at it, trying to see. Right.
Yeah, it was dumb. But I was just trying to imagine. I said, how is some person on the beach with suntan lotion all over their
Gonna hold on to this
hold on to this
camera.
they they would slide all over the place. So
Polaroid had the same problem that Kodak had. They just were not interested in keeping up with the times. And then when they tried to do it as like a last gasp to save the company, it was already too little too late, you know?
Yeah.
Kodak is still around. Polaroid went out of business, and well, it kind of went out of business. The thing that everyone thinks of is Polaroid went under. Some other company bought up the machinery and started trying to make Polaroid film again. And then now that company that was remaking the Polaroid film has got the Polaroid name back again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even like the same original Polaroid company it was originally, which probably is for the better, but
they also couldn't replicate the actual.
They could. The new Polaroid film is not even as good as the old stuff.
Well, it's because the old film used chemicals that you can't get anymore because of toxic waste and stuff. So,
that's the same thing for everything. You can't get the good stuff in all different.
You can't get any good stuff anymore. You just
can't get DDT to kill the bugs.
No.
I mean, what kind of world are we living in? You can't get good mercury thermometers or asbestos anything in your house? Come on. This is terrible. Gosh, you can't even get good white lead paint anymore, dagnabbit.
It's so delicious.
Sorry, I used to have a spoonful before bedtime every night.
Exactly what you
need. Me, I turned out fine.
Someone threw this out today. It has my initial all over it.
Yeah, it's like custom made for you, Pierre.
And it's they were throwing out 3 photo albums, and I'm using one of them or maybe 2 of them for my little display I'm making. Even though I don't particularly like the idea of looking through a plastic sleeve to see a glossy picture.
That's true. It was way better when you went over to someone's house and they showed you the slides from their vacation. That was far superior.
And they would they'd get out the sheet that they had forgot to clean and tape it on the wall windows. Now, I used to love watching the Super 8 movies because it was an exciting special event.
Yeah, it was like a little event, right?
And because they didn't have sound, everyone that was in the audience would tell their own story.
Naturally narrate it for everyone, yeah.
And everyone had a different point of view. But when videos came out, I just thought, oh, this is just awful. And then then someone said you can take your Super 8s and you can put them on your make a VCR tape and put it on your TV, and that just would ruin everything. There's no magic whatsoever anymore. But then again,
we have a DVD of our family's old Super 8 films, and the place that did it dubbed over the silence that would otherwise be on the soundtrack with the most god-awful music you can possibly imagine. And it ruined the whole watching experience. Yes. And all I got was a broken duofold nib and a yellow Thompson pen. Sigh. I'm not sure I follow, Frederick.
Well, you were showing all of your fancy things, and
oh.
Well, the broken duofold nib is probably better than the Thompson nib ever would be, whether it was broken or not.
Oh, Frederick says Konica went the same way too. Yeah, what is it? Kanika? I don't even remember how to pronounce that, but they used to make those they were famous for their Hexar lenses, right? Like those are supposed to be like really good lenses. No, I had a pretty good month last month as far as pins are concerned, but I went a little too crazy. And it was going to be a pretty lean month for me this month, but things have worked out pretty well. Yeah, those Hexar lenses, they are awesome lenses. I'm glad I remembered that correctly. As far as like the old film cameras and stuff that I still have, I have like a couple sets of Minoltas, the Minolta X700. One of them was my grandfather's, and it's like brand new, which is kind of weird because this is the same camera that for pretty much most of my lifetime I wasn't even allowed to touch, and now I own it. But I have all the lenses for that. I have a Nikon FE with some lenses, and I have a Pentax. Those are the old film cameras I have. And I love film, but it's so expensive and a pain in the butt now to take film photographs because you pretty much have to send it off somewhere to have it developed. And it's like basically $20 every roll of film you shoot.
I think I probably told you about this. I have a camera here somewhere. I have no idea where it would be. And it's it's called a Mercury. And it's imagine a rectangle and a circular shape glued on top of each other. Well, the circular shape was the shutter. The shutter was, this opening was in this circle. And you would crank it, wind it up, and then take a picture in the window
that little wheel would spin around.
In the disc that turned would then expose the film to light. But what was interesting about it, I thought, was you could, if you bought a roll of 12 negative film,
12 exposure,
you could set it to have twice as many pictures.
Oh yeah, you could shoot half frames.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they would, yeah.
That was the Olympus pen cameras were half frame 35 millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
So like a 36 exposure roll, you could shoot 72 pictures on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parker says, I love film. If you can afford it, it's amazing. Yeah, that's the problem, is it's just so expensive now.
Well, the nice thing about having film, even if it was free and you still had to have it developed, we would be more careful about what we take pictures of.
Yeah.
We wouldn't waste our time taking a picture of what we ate for lunch or whatever it was that people post on Instagram and Facebook every day.
I read some article the other day that was about like the whole like selfie generation, everybody photographing everything, and people are like, oh, if you're like most people, you've got more photos on your camera phone now than you have for your whole childhood, And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. And it's weird, like we went from, documenting only little sparse bits and pieces of our lives to almost overnight documenting everything, even things that have no importance whatsoever. It's like I don't know. Yes, we live in this information society, but it's total information overload.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Frederick says 1940s and 30s era German cameras. Oh yeah, the Germans made some of the best cameras on the whole planet at that point. I don't even know what that first one is. IHG. I've heard of Praktica and Rolleiflex. I always wanted a Rolleiflex or some twin lens reflex camera. I always wanted a camera that used medium format film, but I couldn't even afford 35 millimeter film, let alone medium format. There's insane people that still shoot large format film, and that's always been expensive. You're talking, $20 for every negative, That's before you do anything with it. Then the chemicals that develop it, and then the printing and triple lens reflex medium format. Wow. Made in Dresden. I've never even heard of a triple lens reflex camera.
It's like a contortionist.
Well, like a twin lens, you've got the one that you compose with, and then the lens under it's the one that actually takes the picture. If you had three of them, what would the three lenses do? Low radium prismatic lenses. Oh, it's got the radioactive lenses in it.
What does a radioactive lens do?
They used to use thorium, radium, some other stuff in optical glass a long time ago because it made it better. It gave the glass better optical characteristics until they developed better like coatings for the lenses and things.
Until they developed cancer.
Until they developed cancer. Yeah. Yeah, unless you like ground up a radioactive lens and ate it, it's probably not going to hurt you. The crazy thing is too is the radiation would actually affect the film if it was high enough. Frederick says, I still put it up to my face, no worries. Yeah, most of those radioactive lenses are only alpha emitters anyways. And alpha particles are pretty tame as far as radiation's concerned. Unless you inhale it. You don't want to inhale something that's an alpha emitter. That's real bad.
Whatever you do, don't eat your camera.
Don't eat your camera. Don't breathe it in. What are you printing those out on, Pierre? Just like your inkjet printer?
Yeah. And these are, I'm using, I don't know what kind of colorway, some Brandex photo glossy paper that someone was throwing out here in the building. So I do so many drawings on my iPad. Normally I have an iPad framed in some sort of thing that can hang on the wall.
Yeah, you was telling us about your iPad installations that cycle through the photos.
And yeah, but because I'm going to be going back to Minnesota almost as soon as this show goes up, I figure I'm better just print these out and not have to deal with having someone recharge the battery and
and reboot
get into my cloud and find all of the pictures that you seem to think I have.
Oh, Frederick says, yeah, it still does. It gives the film a characteristic that no other lens but that type can. It's really neat. Well, old lenses in general have a look that, because it's kind of paradoxical. Like our modern camera lenses have gotten so good that the photography actually suffers as a result of it, which is strange. Because that was part of the charm of a lot of analog formats. It's the same thing for like vinyl records and stuff. That little bit of noise, the crackle and pops, it has a warmth to it. It's the same thing with like analog photography. The lens not being clinically tack sharp, you know, the slight dreaminess to the out of focus areas. That's what gave a lot of those formats their charm, like I said. Yeah, I give it an R effect. Well, that's the thing now. Like a lot of these, like the digital camera I have now, it's a relatively modern Sony. I can adapt like all different kinds of vintage camera lenses to it, which makes it so much fun because I can use, you know, the lenses from my grandfather's film camera on my modern one. And it does make a difference. Yeah, I didn't mean to come on Pierce Fountain Pen channel and
Oh no, it's fine.
start rambling about film cameras for some reason, but
we
that's
like
just
when
kind of what happens.
it goes off topic, and not into the gutter. I mean, we like it when it goes into the gutter, as well as
That's fun too in its own way.
here's a plane view at night. I don't know what city that is under there that I drew.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see it for a minute because it's so dark.
Well, because it was nighttime.
Well, your little hobbit hole cave studio pier is a little dark to begin with, so it's not a lot of available light for viewing photographs.
No. The gallery, though, does have more light. So,
Oh, Parker likes my film camera rambling, apparently. I don't know. I've got all kinds of useless knowledge about stuff like this. I don't know why. I guess just I've spent my whole life learning useless tidbits of information, I guess. I made Parker LOL literally.
Oh, I see what this is. I was looking at it sideways. That's right side up. It's looking.
See, when you hold it at an angle and the light reflects off it, you can see the different the sheening characteristics of the ink. It looks kind of neat.
Yeah.
Frederick says my life is useless knowledge. Well, Frederick knows way more than I do about a lot of really cool, interesting things. So I don't think your knowledge is that useless at all for what it's worth. But then again, I'm also a turbo nerd, so nerds of the world unite.
This is the bar in Minneapolis, waiting for my plane with Tabasco sauce.
Did you do some more of those watch drawings again recently? Because I saw them on your Instagram.
I did them with my pen, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been making little movies.
Well, I remember when I first met you, you were showing me all those cool pocket watch things you were doing on your iPad. So I thought it was cool that you were revisiting the topic.
Russell got back to us. Literally, historical archives. Archivi storici. Va bene.
See, I knew he'd be the one to ask. Because I hate using a word in a language I do not understand and then knowing what the translation's supposed to be, but not knowing if it's true or not. Because for all I know, it could mean something completely different. Freddie knows so much, it's amazing. He's blown my mind many a times. The knowledge about world wars and just pens and everything. Like, I thought I knew a lot of stuff, but he is leaps and bounds above even someone like me. Not that I'm anything special, but
You're very special.
oh,
Okay, who's your secret pen friend?
you're not getting it out of me.
Oh,
I've said as much as I can say.
okay.
It's a pen pal friend I write to.
Aha, you're right to that pen pal friend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I done? I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, Parker says, I've learned so much about the wars thanks to him. It's truly incredible. Frederick says, Jex? No, not Michael Jex. It's someone that lives here domestically in the United States.
You know, if you keep giving us clues.
Well, you guys going to shake me down here? Going to run my pockets until you find their address? That was me dinging again here. Forgive me, I'm writing a message here real quick.
Well, my printer has stopped.
Like dead or it's
No,
finished?
It ran out of commands.
Oh.
So
Or it ran out of steam, or
I have to decide whether I want to command it to print more.
You are the master in control.
Yeah, I just I don't know. Scopolamine. Scopolamine. That's some sort of truth serum.
Scopolamine? That's some bad stuff. There's actually some plants that contain that chemical. I think it'll make you can put you in a state of delirium at certain dosages. It's also known as the devil's breath. Yeah, I heard that if you gave that stuff to somebody, it would, put them in like a state of sheer delirious terror or something. It's not a recreational chemical, that's for sure.
Okay. I can still get what I want, eBay is telling me. So there's a pen, Freddie. This is for you. There's a pen that I was bidding on eBay. I did not get it. Someone else evidently was bid more than I did. But it came up. So I have a second chance, which means the first loser never came through with the
that means the winner backed out on them.
So I just wanted to show you what the pen is. I was thinking of it for I'm still winning. Am I winning it? Yes, I'm still winning it. It's a Wall Eversharp
Ooh.
sterling silver pennant pen, ladies' pen. And the reason I wanted it, you have to look at the nib first. Ready for the nib? There's the nib. It's a big stub.
What?
It's just been cut off right there. So the nib is a number 3 nib that is missing the front half. Anyway, but I like it because it says presented by the L.C. Smith and Brothers, 1923.
L.C. Smith and Brothers is the typewriter company.
Typewriter people.
That's too cool.
And I have a Schaefer pen that was given by the L.C. Smith and Brothers Typewriter Company, awarded to someone from that thing. So I'm still the high bidder on that. But I thought Adventure Denali, in her love of typewriters, of course everyone else has loves of typewriters now, would find that kind of fun.
Well, I've been into typewriters since before it was cool.
As have I. But
does that make us original hipsters then?
It just makes us way too cooler than anyone else on the block. So I don't know if I'm going to get the pen. I didn't bid very much on it, but I might bid a little more. It's one that has a sterling section.
Well, you people that are placing these early bids on eBay, I will never understand. You wait until the thing is ending, and then you type in whatever the max amount you want to pay for it is with 3 seconds left. If you win, you win.
I don't have time. I will put it originally. I say what the most I want to pay, and I forget about it until I get an email saying, pay now. Occasionally I'll go back and I might inch it up a little bit, but I just don't have time to set my alarm clock. I did the very first thing I bought. It was a typewriter I bought on eBay, and I was inching up at the last minute. I watched it. I was sweating bullets, whatever. And I just don't have, I'm not built for that kind of stress in my life. So
I don't know. To me, like, if eBay was an actual auction in the sense that if someone places a bid, it resets the counter and it keeps going until people stop bidding.
Yeah.
Then bidding like you do would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
But when it has a fixed finite ending time, then it makes no sense to me to bid at any point earlier, because you're just telegraphing your intentions to everyone else.
What happens if you want to get 3 things that end roughly at the same time?
Well, then you get a program that does it for you automatically. I don't mess with the programs. I just do it manually.
Yeah. Well, I have to show you something my brother found in the dumpster. And it was a chair that someone was throwing out, and we put it up on this local K-Bid, it's called. It's like a local eBay, mainly for pickup rather than shipping. And so for nothing, he found this chair, which sold for $835 for this chair that came out of the dumpster. So
I love those stories.
They're fun. No, I when I look at an eBay auction that has clearly a pen that's worth $300,
yeah,
it says the bid is at $4.
Right.
It already has 3 bids on it. I think you people must be the cheapest people on the fucking planet. Well,
and that's the thing. Like all these people that are putting a $5 bid on something that is worth $250. Even if it ends up selling for $100 or something, what's the purpose of the $5 bid?
Well, I don't
Is
know.
that just in the long shot hopes that no one else will see it or something?
Might be just that someone is like me, has other things in their life than watching eBay 24 hours a day. So you just put in something. Now, why they would put $5 on a $300 pen, I don't know. But maybe it's an insurance thing where they're bidding on their own thing just in case eBay goes south in the middle of the night someday and the bidding stops for everyone. But I don't have time. I look at a pen, I say I'll pay $29 for this pen, and I might be the second bidder, or the only bidder, it goes to $10 or whatever, but I don't care.
The thing that I have really good luck doing also is finding pins that are being sold by people who obviously aren't pin dealers. It's just a random pin someone found, estate sale, junk sale, whatever, and they'll have a make an offer on it. And they might have it, buy it now for $50 or something. If you send them an offer for $25, $30, I've had pretty good luck getting some really decent pins that way.
Well, I've had bad luck doing that, some good luck doing that too. Usually, though, the people that don't know anything about pens don't know anything about how to take a picture.
Oh, that's the thing too. Yeah.
They'll have their entire dining room table in the picture with this little tiny pen.
You have to be like a forensic photography analyst to look at some of these and even figure out what the heck they're trying to sell.
3 pixels. And
right.
Decide whether this is a junior or a senior dual fold.
The best too is like some of these old people that are running a little eBay shop, and they'll be using a digital camera from 1999 or something. Yeah, it takes like, postage stamp sized pictures. Oh, Frederick, that's almost as bad as Parker Duofold nib he just got, he says.
Well, at least there's more gold value in the broken nib that he got.
That's true.
Did you see Adventure Denali's 3 pens on the Apple Boom?
Yes, I did.
Thing. I like how he pronounced ukulele. Ukululu. I don't know when.
I like how they pronounce Apple Boom because it looks like Apple Boom to me, but I guess I'm not Dutch enough.
I'm waiting for them to ask me.
That's true. You need a Pierre Gustafson, my favorite 3 pens.
I've been a penfluencer since before that guy was born, probably.
You have been a pinfluencer since before pinfluencing was a thing.
Yes. So I did.
Well, I'm going to write Yost at Applebaum a strongly worded email recommending you for the series.
No. I recommended myself.
Well, you can't vote for yourself, though.
I recommended.
Doesn't count.
I nominated myself.
Okay, nominate is one thing.
I don't know how they decide.
I don't know how it is either.
But
he's had people with not that many subscribers, like on a YouTube channel, do it. So
yeah, it's Wasky Squirrel was on it. Many people have been on it, but most of them, though, are more modern pen people. So,
Frederick's going on about how he hates him now. Yeah, he bought the pen store there.
Yeah, I know he did. So, who was supposed to buy it? Frederick.
Well, yeah, you remember I saw that video and I was telling you guys that they're opening a U.S. store, and then I was telling you where it was at, and Pierre was like, that store is like here.
That's right here.
Right. I didn't even make that connection at first. I had to charge my stupid Apple Watch.
So, Frederick, who was supposed to buy the store, or was it supposed to be held in Freddie's hands? Not Freddie, you, but Freddie, the owner. You
It
want
makes you wonder if it was one of those things like, was it being offered to other people for sale, or was it just one of these, hey, I'm looking for a U.S. location, and they already knew each other or something kind of deal?
They might have. Fred Rosenthal, who owned the store, was never really passionate about pens. So to him, it was just a job, a business to run, and I think he liked pens, but he didn't have the passion that some people should have, I think, if they're in a business.
Right. Especially a really niche kind of business.
Now, I don't know whether Juiced Appleboom
Juiced
likes pens, or whether Goulet likes pens, or whether who were the other?
Well, there's like Anderson, and then Van Ness, and there's a bunch of.
I mean, I see many of these pen people at pen shows, and they really seem to be passionate about it.
I get the impression now a lot of the retailers that are popular are that way now because they do a good job of taking care of the customers to some extent, and they do a lot of hand holding for the new people. Like the Goulet have all their videos and stuff, here's how to clean the pen, here's how to do this, here's how to do that, and that's great if you don't know anything about fountain pens and you want to get into it.
There was a pen store called Pad and Pen here in Boston. They had, I think, 2 outlets that lasted for a few years each. And the owner, and I would be the guy that would supply them with the older pens. They'd have maybe a dozen at each store. And Estabrooks and 51s and a Vacuumatic once in a while, occasionally.
It wasn't like a car lot where if you came in, you didn't have enough money for the new bottle. And like, well, we got the discount section over here.
It wasn't quite. It was a nice store, but they did have this little tiny vintage section, and I said, I think having a little section of pens that are 50 years old is going to make someone think that the pen that they're buying that was made yesterday might last 50 years. It's not a bad thing to sort of suggest that these things are worth the money that you're asking and they'll last a long time. Anyway, the owner of the store, I asked him at some point, well, what's your favorite pen? And he said, I don't really like pens. And I said, what's your favorite pad? Because the name of the store was Pad and Pen.
Right.
And he didn't care about any of it. He just wanted to make money, and which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that.
There was a story. It was actually a documentary about typewriters, as a matter of fact. And they were interviewing this guy that worked at a typewriter shop that he's had it for 30, 40 years or something. And he was explaining that, he got into this job. His dad owned the place before, and his dad passed away. And then he took over the business, dropped out of college and started working on typewriters. And he was saying how, like, for the first 20, 30 years of his 40-year-long business career, working on typewriters was like just strictly a job. He went in, he was proud of his work, obviously, but he wasn't overtly passionate about typewriters. But in the last, 5-10 years or whatever, where typewriters have become more of a, hipster kind of thing, people getting into old stuff again,
steampunk,
caused him to appreciate them in a totally different way. Just because all the customers coming in being really passionate about them kind of, I don't know, boosted his own passion about it. And he was saying how it was just really interesting for him that it's made him into, almost like a typewriter fan rather than just, I'm a typewriter mechanic,
Are you a member of? Are you presently or ever been a member of the Facebook typewriter lovers group?
Yes, I am, but I don't go on Facebook anymore.
No.
I actually went on there this morning because I had totally forgot
So you've lied.
to answer all of my birthday messages I got yesterday, and that's probably the first time I'd been on Facebook in at least 6 months.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what this person wants here.
Frederick says, I think Apple Boom wanted it to avoid importation taxes, and then he can use his European distributors and outprice the U.S. pen vendors. Ooh, I didn't think about that. That could be true. That's the thing too, like the multi-level regional pricing that they have, especially with fountain pens, is stupid. The fact that certain pens from like Japanese manufacturers cost $300 in the United States, whereas they cost $200 in Japan, is stupid. Because then everybody in the US has got to stock those pens for $300. You can go on eBay and import one for $200. You know, it hurts the US vendors a lot. And if we live in this supposedly globalized society that we live in today, you know, it just, I don't know, it seems like a really stupid, outdated business practice. I understand that they're in the business to make as much money as they possibly can, but he's Dutch. They're quite shrewd in business. Oh no. Pierre left and he didn't come back. He left me in charge of the channel. Well, in that case, oh, you remember me showing you these that I got here recently? I started converting them to hold real pens instead of the junk they had to begin with. But I put all my Schaefer Targas and some other things in this side. Frederick says it was like some guy trying to sell me a used Platinum President for $300. Yeah, exactly. And I've got some other stuff over here. Oh, here's something I just got that I didn't show you guys. This was actually a birthday present.
Wow, 41.
A 41. I've never had a Parker 41. You know the best part?
It's never had ink.
It's never even been inked.
And does that mean you're going to ink it?
Well, hell yeah.
Good. Well, I think
there are a few pens that I probably won't ink, but for me, the whole thing of having new old stock pens to begin with is, one, I know the nibs are going to be in factory condition. That's key for me. And two, I have this thing where if, you know, I'm having a bad day, I'm in a lot of pain, I'm awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, had a really crummy day, feel real low, I know that at any point I can go dig in my pen stash, pull out a 60, 70-year-old pen and ink it up for the first time, and then magically forget about my troubles for the rest of the day.
Well,
that's my secret weapon.
Then keep that uninked until you're in more pain.
I always have a few new old stock pens on hand just for that very reason. I was explaining it to someone else. It's kind of like when, you know, people will buy a bottle of wine to drink and then they'll have a bottle of wine to put on the shelf for a while. Maybe they'll never open it. Who knows? But it's there. And if a certain occasion comes along to pop the cork on it, you know, so be it. That's kind of how I am. Now, I do admit that it is silly to have fountain pens that you don't actually put ink in and write with, because that seems like it's against their whole purpose of existing. But well, dag nabbit, you guys are making me dig through my pens, and I just remembered something else.
Dog damn it. Dag nabbit.
Of all people, my mom actually bought me a vintage pen,
Oh,
and it's kind of cool. Now, before you get too excited, it's not a fountain pen.
oh,
It's still cool nonetheless. She bought me a new old stock Parker Big Red.
oh, wow.
The 70s like reissue one.
With the big old ballpoint nib.
Well, it's like this one's got I put a rollerball one in it for now.
Yeah.
It's like an extra fine one.
Uh-huh.
For a rollerball, it's pretty killer. Yeah, I thought that was super cool. Well, she knew I'd already had one. Here's the one I had, and it had some stupid advertising thing on it, and I paid like $25 or something for this pen. It probably wasn't even worth it, but yeah. But she found me this one that was literally new old stock, and it has all the box and the papers and the little price tag and everything.
Good.
I thought that was super cool.
Tell your mother that my birthday is coming up.
Duly noted, Pierre.
Okay.
Frederick wants to know, Pierre, do you have a Signet 51 mechanical pencil?
Oh dear. I probably do. It probably is part of a set.
Frederick says, for shame, you must ink them all. Perhaps someday I will. There's only maybe like...
I think the day before I die, when I realize I don't have enough time to sell all my pens, I'm going to have all of them engraved with "This belongs to Pierre Gustafson."
From the estate of Pierre Gustafson.
Every single... The present owner pried this out of Pierre Gustafson's dead...
With his cold, dead hands. A clenched fist of rigor mortis.
Okay, these I don't need. Okay, what about this?
All right, now Frederick's asking you if you still have the Schaefer Imperial.
I have no idea. Do I have it?
And then he says, don't break a set, but if you have a spare, let me know. I'm assuming he's talking about the 51 pencil.
I think he's talking about the pencil, yes.
Yeah.
Airport, car.
Airport car, what?
This is a car.
Oh.
These are airports. I'm including... I'm making a little photo album of my trips where you see how I got there rather than what I saw when I got there. So their view from the window seat or waiting in line or whatever it is.
The airport bar one was pretty cool, I got to admit.
Oh.
And I've been to a lot of airport bars, and they all kind of look like that.
And what the hell is this? Oh, it's upside
which
down.
is strange because I don't remember drinking at lots of airport bars, and yet I had been to them.
Well, you probably had a delicious sandwich or something. This is the bus terminal. This is a bus.
Frederick says he has the ballpoint and the fountain pen, just not the mechanical pencil. Might as well make the set if possible.
Bus, plane. Plane, bus. Where did I put the buses? Oh, they're in my hand. Is that you making a noise?
Oh, the little boop noise. Yeah. Sorry, I'm on my laptop and all these other things keep happening while I'm on here. So
That's fine.
I wish I could just flip a switch and say I'm live on the internet. Only do this for right now. Frederick says delicious and airport usually don't go together. Yeah, it's usually more like E. coli in airport, influenza in airport. Yeah, where did Parker go? I guess we quit talking about cameras and scopolamine and he bounced. He's like, "Oh, I can see my services are no longer needed."
Airplane.
I like when you're printing those out, they kind of the borders look like old Polaroids.
Yeah. They do have
Is it just doing that automatically or did you set it up like that?
No, it's there. I don't know my aspect ratio.
Yeah, aspect ratio.
My iPad is not set up to be a 4:6.
It's like 3:2 or something, isn't it?
So
it's like it's kind of a weird off one.
And then of course each iPad is a different. You can have it set as a square or anything else. So I just have a lot of different. Oh, that belongs in the airplane one.
Oh, Frederick says I'm probably in trouble. Well, I don't know what you could have possibly have done, but
you did it. You did
it.
You did it. That's for sure.
You terrible, terrible person.
Here's a selfie I did. Oh.
Pierre taking selfies.
I drew a selfie.
Drew selfie. That's even cooler.
It's me in the.
Oh, you even got the objects in mirror larger than they appear or whatever on them. That's cool.
There are a lot of pictures that I took of trips that when we took my dad to the hospital and things, I would be in the back seat and I would draw us as we would drive. And I'd be in the back seat when my ex-boyfriend and his husband would drive us up to where we would vacation and stuff. So I have a lot of drawings of the front seat, the backs of people's heads. Okay, these are.
Well, anyone that's spent as many hours in a car in various road trips knows all about the view you get stuck with a lot of the time.
Oh. We have no idea how much trouble you're in.
Well, I'm going to go for a bathroom break here momentarily, so I will be back in a moment.
Very good. Okay, where did I put the portraits of people? Where did they go?
Have no fear. Mitch is here. Now Pier is gone. It appears that Pier is gone. Or how often Frederick is in trouble.
I'm back.
Welcome back to your own channel, Pier.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now airplanes. Now, the problem when you are as prolific as I am when I draw is all of these things end up looking alike. You know, what difference is it from the view out of this window versus that window from 30,000 feet up in the air?
Well, yeah, at 30,000 feet, the landscape, depending on where you're at, tends to look pretty dull and uniform.
Pretty much the same. Now,
unless you're like flying over the Rocky Mountains or the Grand Canyon or something.
Okay, I just had the car pictures. Where did they go?
Come here.
Oh, little bat squeaky cat.
That's my kitty cat. That's why her name's Squeakers. She was protesting because I grabbed her. She's a lovable kitty, but she's not one that you can pick up and hold.
Mine isn't very fond of that either. She does when you place her on your lap or your chest and scratch her to death. She does like that. So
yeah, that's exactly how she is.
She's quite.
As long as you're petting on her, you can do whatever you want, but otherwise, everything else has to be on her terms.
Okay, now these I think I do not need.
Something outside the window has their attention. What's going on out there? If only I could see what kitty cats see. Is they will stare at something and I can never figure out what it is they're looking at. What's really funny, so I was watching this nature documentary last night, and there was this part in it where they had a bunch of sparrow birds chirpity chirping in the documentary, and the cat ran over to the TV and like jumped up on the thing and was like staring at the screen because of all the sparrow birds and their chirping.
Yeah.
She was totally confused. She thought there was birds in the television or something. that maybe if she got a little closer, she could get to the birds in the TV. I don't know. To animals, it must be like what is it? The allegory of the cave. The people that have been stuck in the cave all their lives, see the shadows on the walls, not knowing, who, what, how, or why the shadows were created. That's probably true for human beings to some extent too. If you believe we live in the multi-dimensional world that science is beginning to unravel, kind of makes you wonder.
Now what am I going to do?
That's not a question I have answers to.
I'm going to drink some more water.
Staying hydrated is a good idea. I have been doing the same. Are you still with us, Frederick? Or is my chat not updating? Because it does do that too sometimes. Come on, cat. Oh, Frederick says I'm here.
A poo break?
Oh, Marilyn.
Too much information.
Telling us you were on a restroom break would have been totally sufficient, but okay.
I used to be on Periscope, and there was some guy I used to love to watch who was just a boozer from, I don't think there was any time I've ever saw him sober. And he was this young college dude, and he would just be on Periscope the entire time, and he would be, I'm just sitting here dropping a deuce. My God, he's sitting on.
He would be live streaming on the toilet?
Streaming while he's dropping a deuce.
Wow.
And I was mortified. I was almost as mortified as I was fascinated by where we ended up.
I remember that Periscope thing. That was pretty cool. It had the map. You can just click on wherever the people were from.
That's where I met Keshev.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did tell me that before.
So,
I used to click around on there and watch all the random weird people that was on there.
Well, you may have seen Random Weird Peer. Okay, I'm just going to sort. Now I'm going to sort my airplane things out. That's what I'm going to do. I've got airplane porthole views, airplane taxiway, airplane wings.
Marilyn says, well, I'm not pooing, but I'm getting a break from the poo. So it's a poo break. I'm even more confused now.
I'm really confused.
Yeah, I don't know if I need more details.
It's like the people that go to sit on the toilet with the crossword puzzle. You just sit there on evacuated filth as you do work on your crossword puzzle. Is that how that works?
And I hope you have a special bathroom crossword in pencil that you don't take out of the bathroom. Because that would be kind of not so great too. Yeah, Frederick says I kind of miss Periscope. I that was the neat thing about it though, is it was like the geographical thing, that their little thing would show up on the map and you could see not exactly where they were, but general area.
There was a ukulele player in Minnesota that he and I just got my ukulele and I was learning how to play, and he would sort of help me and give me pointers, and then he maybe got hit by a car or something. I don't know, because he suddenly wasn't around anymore.
Well, they used to have that what was it, Omegle or whatever?
Yeah.
They probably still have it, I don't know. But it would like connect you to random people on webcam. They had that thing too.
One of my neighbors is a Omegle person, and he got, I don't know, a silver button from YouTube because he had so many 500,000 followers or something.
Mm-hmm.
And what he does is he draws people. And because I think part of it is because he you often see the same people more than once, and they might stay for a minute and then switch to the next, but they keep coming back. Anyway, he would do these drawings of people, and they didn't really know what he was doing, and he'd suddenly show the thing, and all of these people would just be, "Oh shit, man, that's fucking weird." They would say whatever the,
"Oh man, you blowing my fucking mind.
Sick." And,
that's wicked sick, bro.
Wicked sick, bro. Anyway, he's quite the star now. He's really a sweet guy. He lived in my building here and has moved back to Malaysia, where he lives officially, or his family lives. Okay, is that it?
Marilyn says people would show off their bits there. Yeah, I remember that about Omegle too. It's about every other time you'd click on it, it would be a random dog on your screen. And it was always men too. It was never females showing off their parts. It was always men.
Well, we got the more interesting parts.
I would have to respectfully disagree, but
well, you can disagree. You can disagree all you want.
Okay,
it's doesn't make it any truer that we still have the more interesting parts. Okay, what is this?
Frederick says, "Is that a bad thing?" Ariel says, "I only went on that website twice." Yeah, the Omegle thing was big there for a while. It would surprise me if it was still around.
It is still around. Let me see if I can find a Rooney to show you here just a minute.
Well, they have websites now that if you want to show off your bits, that's what they're made for.
Oh yeah, that's where I met Suraj.
Oh, well, there you go.
And his bits.
If I wanted to know about those, I could have just asked Pierre. He's clearly a student regular.
I am full of this information. Let me just find Rooney here.
Oh, Marilyn's going back to work, so. Well, I hope you enjoyed your poo break.
Okay, Rooney, where are you? YouTube.
I just realized that like every time I'm on here on Pierre's channel, I'm always wearing one of my two stupid gray sweaters, sweatshirt things, hoodies, whatever you call them.
See,
watch. It's gonna be absolutely terrible.
No, it's gonna be good. Maybe. I want my sunglasses on.
Okay.
No, he's good. Kylie, look. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. So he's just doing like their reactions while he's drawing too.
So cool.
Thanks.
Oh my god, you're talented. You're so good. Talented.
Thank you.
Holy crap.
Oh, he actually talks to them while he's doing it.
Yeah. Well,
That's cool. I thought he was just like totally silent, just drawing. I guess that would make it really creepy, though.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi. 1, 3.
he also. Oh,
Hi guys, it's Rooney here. I'm bringing back the puzzle drawing for you guys. Welcome to today's video. The puzzle. Can I draw
Do
it?
you have a mask on or something?
no, he,
Okay. What's up? Where?
From my dad and my mom. And boom.
Oh,
Okay. What's up? Where are you from?
From my dad and my mom. And boom, I'm here.
he
Can I draw you? Yeah, you could draw me. Please draw me. Yo! Oh my god! I've never been drawn before. I'm actually drawing myself. Wow. Dang, wow.
anyway, he now has any number of people.
Hi guys.
that's pretty neat. Was he using some like big chisel tip marker or something?
He sometimes draws. He draws with all sorts of stuff. And once
Or
he
way out whatever he happens to have on his desk?
dollar store and he bought lipstick and makeup, and he had them all lined up, and he asked people to pick which product they wanted their portrait done.
Yeah, he was drawing with like
And he-
non-drawing materials.
He do the drawing, but he's let me just find him on YouTube here because it's really cute. Rooney.
Surprised he didn't go for some black construction paper and speed stick deodorant or something weird
Yes.
to draw with.
Latest from Rooney. He has 342,000 subscribers. And
Yeah, that's a pretty good number.
he once was he and I drew here on whether it was StreamYard or through Instagram. I forget what we drew, but we each drew the same thing together,
Mm-hmm.
just random objects. One line drawing, episode 7. Ooh,
Oh, it's like that challenge where you don't pick up the pen.
yeah, maybe.
Just one continuous
Here
line.
he's got- it looks like he has beefy, bare-chested boys he's drawing.
Well, that would be right up your alley, wouldn't it?
Would be right up my alley.
Yeah.
Right up my alley. Let's just zoom in. He has,
Frederick says the poo break for pins. And then he says, at first I thought you were talking about Room Tune. Oh, is the Room Tune's that weirdo that comes on the...
yeah, look at these. Look
Yeah.
at barely clothed young men.
That's definitely what those are, yes.
And here are
And they're just crowded around some random laptop somewhere.
blase women. So anyway, he's a really sweet kid. Very good artist. And as he and his boyfriend were leaving here because they were only here for a year, I got a lot of his art supplies that he didn't want. So I have got to figure out what to do with them.
I can see that picture laying there, and I could instantly tell what it was. The screens on the back of airplane seats.
Yeah. So what do I need to start with? The airport. I think I have to start with the lines at the gate.
Well, yeah, if you're telling the whole story, it's going to be in chronological order, right?
Yeah. So here's the empty waiting lines at the check-in.
Yeah, the empty terminal.
COVID. So start with that.
Yeah, that documentary I watched last night was crazy because it was about like how nature has rebounded because of the COVID lockdowns.
Yeah.
All these different animals have been breeding way more than they ever have in recorded history, and it was just really fascinating to see like how quickly nature picks right back up where
Bounces
human
back.
beings left off, you know. So imagine that once human beings quit messing with everything, nature instantly flourishes. Oh, dang. I've been on here for a couple hours already.
You have been.
I'm going to have to go in a bit myself, so. What I'm glad I got to see Pierre and all the familiar faces in the chat room again.
Yes, it was very nice seeing you as well.
Well, I just randomly got a notification that you were streaming, and I never get those anymore, so.
We'll have to write your congressman, figure out why.
Yes, I'm going to have to do something. Well, part of the problem is my YouTube has got like 500 subscriptions on it.
I see. So you got all sorts of people that you're.
Well, what it normally does, like whoever you're watching the most, it gives you the subscriptions to.
Yeah.
When you have that many. But there a while back, it just like stopped giving them to me. So the only way I would see that you were streaming was to either go to your channel directly, or sometimes it would show up on you go to like the main YouTube page and it would show you, you know, all the newest videos from people.
Uh-huh.
But that's not a very useful or direct way to get in on a stream when it just starts.
I need to find more. I've got many more pictures of airplane travel than I have in front of me here. Oh, there's one. These things are very slippery, and nothing in my house is straight. Yes, I know that. I know.
Wow, the jokes write themselves, Pierre.
Nothing is horizontal. What I meant to say.
Oh.
Nothing is horizontal in my house. Everything is at an angle. Okay, here we are. Oh, here we are on the ground still. Okay, I do have many more pictures, so I have to find what device I was drawing these things on and send myself some more.
I was trying to find that picture you did of me, that portrait you drew. I was going to print it out on this film and see what it looked like.
Did I email it to you? Because
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've got a bazillion pictures on this thing, so I've got to dig around and find it.
Look in your email. You haven't.
That's true. It's in my email. I haven't deleted it.
You haven't deleted a single email in your entire life.
Maybe not my entire life, but definitely not on Gmail.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Oh, here we go.
not going to go away. I'm just going to go over and get my devices and
Hey, I found it. It was in my email.
good. You in with your mask?
Yep. And my super long hair. Let me remember how to do this here. Yeah, turn the printer on. Then connect to it on my phone. There we go. And you open up the program, select from photos. There we go. Then we will tell it to print. Sending. Let's see what happens. Oh, here we go. We're getting results here. And we'll hold it up to the camera and you can watch film develop live. Almost as much fun as watching paint dry or grass grow. It should be just a few more seconds and you'll start to be able to see something. Because when they come out, they're like perfectly white like this. Yeah, you can start to see it just now.
Oh, it actually works like a Polaroid thing.
Yeah, it's actual real film.
Oh, I see.
But I guess the way it does it is it must have like a little screen or something in there that exposes the film
Yeah.
with whatever picture you load into it. But yeah, it's like an actual like Polaroid, because this little thing in here's got like the chemicals that develop the picture. And then it squeezes it through some rollers. Frederick says, does it have the sticky back? No, these are just like regular photographs. I think they make these with like stickers and stuff. They make them with like stupid borders that are like different colors, and I don't care about any of that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So now it will be committed to film for all of eternity. That's the thing too, like the ones with they have like a black and white version of this film too, and it's like way more expensive than the normal color film. Because these are like 50 cents a piece or something. There's 10 of them in a pack, so it's like $10 for a pack of the film. Which it's kind of expensive, but I was thinking the other day, like, how many things can you buy nowadays for like $1? Like a single dollar doesn't buy a whole heck of a lot. Like when I was a kid, $1,
Dollar store, and you can buy the worst products that were ever made.
Oh yeah, you can buy toxic waste from China for $1. Yeah, Frederick says, what isn't expensive anymore? Ain't that the truth? Yeah, this is turning out pretty cool. There's like a little weird line right here. I don't know what that's from. That wasn't on the picture. Well, that, hey, it's analog. We're talking chemistry and film and light sensitive stuff. Things go wrong. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this little printer thing. Well, alrighty then, everybody. I think I'm gonna jump off here for the time being.
Okay.
But it was good catching up with y'all, and
Catching up with you as well.
I hope to catch up with you again here soon at some time. Hopefully, we can get Russell or some of the other people to come on here and
Yeah, I hope so.
shoot the breeze, as it were.
As it were. Why isn't this one working?
Hey, Parker just magically reappeared to say bye-bye. Well, it's good to see you too again, Parker, even though it was just the chat, and you as well, Frederick. Well, anyways, everybody, have yourselves a good rest of your evening, and hopefully I'll catch you again soon.
Hope so.
All right, take it easy.
Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Movie set. Okay, there's a car scene, which I already have. Back to gallery. Car, Minneapolis. Are there any? No, there's nothing there. Flight, Remnant Press, Somerville, Philly. There's my bus trip. What is this supposed to be? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Back to gallery. Philly. Bus. Oh, that's a microscope. Don't need that. Somerville. Lake. Another car trip. Anyone else want to come on board here? Brick Bottom, Urban Sketchers. Okay, what do I have here? Brick Bottom. Maine. Birch Trees, Chinatown. Chinatown. Challenge drawing Pole's face. YouTube. Lots and lots of drawings of naked men. Okay, select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Send. Mail. Peer. Oh, I've already done that one. Okay, who sent me a thingy? Who's a good looker as well? Good lurker. Good lurker. Okay, Siraj, Rubber, Maxim, Apollo, Denmark, Patrick Stone, Matteo, Dauphin, Nude, Stipple, Main, Car. JPEG, save image. Save image. Save image. Okay. Go back to that. Car. That's the only one I've got there. I've done that one. Okay, back here. Main Stipple, Nude, Gull Lake. No, don't want that. Delridge Road. Boats and trailers. I think I can include that in my travel log, don't you think? Save image. Save image. Okay, go back over here to there. Go Lake. Have to have that. Trailer hitches. It's part of the boat. Save image. Okay. Green brick bottom. Other cars. Urban Sketchers. There's Keshev with his clothes on. There's Suraj with his clothes off. This can be turned off. Nudes Watch challenges New Hampshire. I think this involved no idea what that is. New Hampshire. That's what I want. Maine. Sailing. Flight. Oh, I don't have these. Guy's ear. Don't have that. I have that one. Don't think I have that one. I think I do have that one, come to think of it. Okay, where was I? Was I looking at flight? Okay, flight, MFA, MFA. Construction, Radical Sofa, Delridge, Delridge. I think I need any of those. Ipswich, this was on a train. I'm sorry, I'm not very interesting, am I? Sorry, folks. Just trying to go through my life here. Philly. Philly. These are Urban Sketchers. Save image. Save that because those are Urban Sketchers. It's an Urban Sketcher sketching. I got a heart from Apple Boom Pens. Just now, I don't know for what. Radical Green Construction, Somerville. His Nibs, who are you, His Nibs? Sorry for not knowing who you are. I'll be with you in 1 second. You caught me. I'm trying to get my life put together here with something in particular, but I don't need to do that. When you want to see pens, what would you like to see? Mr. His Nibs. Desk pens. Let's put something over here so I can write on it. His Nibs. Who are you, Mr. His? What's your first name? You go right there. His nibs 1. This is a rather lovely Schaefer Feather Touch nib. Feather Touch, the weight of the pen will make a line. Must have a real name though. Can't just be his nibs, can it? Or can it? Parker 51. Haven't used that in a month. It's a little clog. So his nibs, who are you, in fact? Where's my pictures? His nibs. Shit. His, are you still here? His nibs. Hello. Yoo-hoo. Let me know if you'd like me to show you more pens. Happy to do it. Okay, well, who are you? before you go. Hello. I just seem to be making bigger messes than. Is what? You're waiting for the doodles? You're waiting for me to doodle? Tasha and Evie. Oh, I'm losing my mind here. What am I trying to do? Where does this go? That's a train. Where do my trains go? Well, I've got, it's condensed. More, I bet. Maybe mine. Train and a train. Gate. Runway. Done. Not done. Are you done? Done? Okay. Now, put them in my little booklet. Where did I put my little book? Okay, here we are at the airport. Here we are at the airport. Vertical. $19. Engine. Different engine. Porthole. Oh. Runway. Runway. Now we're going to take off. Passengers, please, whatever you'd have to do. This is beverage service. That won't come till later. We have the safety information on our things. Listen to the stewardesses as they explain the safety features of this aircraft. Okay, safety features. Now we are flying. Now we're looking up. Need another horizontal one. Don't have another horizontal one. Is the same flight even? I don't even freaking know. All look alike after a fashion. Vertical. Horizontal. Here we are flying. Flying high. Got our window. Some wing action happening here. Then we got lots of clouds. I'm done with it. I'm done with the airplane trips. I can then spend time on the bus trips on the railroad. And then I put the black one, nighttime view, there. Whatever. Go there, I guess. Okay. So much for the airplane. See? Now I don't have much in the way of train. I have a train station here. I know I have another train station somewhere. Okay, where's my other train station? Museum. This is automobiles. This is bus. Where's the train? Museum. Up there. There. Up there. Up there. part of this. Construction. Construction. Philadelphia. Bicycle. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. Boat. Huh. Well, I don't know where is it in here. No. Is it in here by mistake? No. Somewhere. Bus. Come on. Okay, bus is done. I'm all done with buses. Okay. Now do the cars. Driving up to Gull Lake. Nighttime driving to Maine. Maine. Movie. Road. Come on. Road. 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 Yeah, road. trip. Good night. I don't have all my car things here, do I? I'm saying to myself. Well, full of pictures now. I thought I had other pictures here. Bye, everyone.